Eric Sue is the founder of Single Grain, also hosts a marketing podcast with Neil Patel, and runs a digital agency himself. In today's video, he's talking about if you could go back in time and give yourself any piece of advice on business, what would it be?
Awesome. So my name's Eric Sue, and I'm the CEO of Single Grain and the co-host of the Marketing School podcast and the host of the Growth Everywhere podcast. So if you like growing, you like podcasts, go listen. So in terms of the biggest lesson, or the biggest lesson I would give myself, or tell myself, let's just say tell my 25-year-old self this, in business is, and let me give you some more context, growth everywhere. I've interviewed over 300 entrepreneurs, and I've always asked them, what's one thing you would tell your, 21-year-old self, 22-year-old self, 25-year-old self, and then what business lessons have you learned? It's always the same thing over and over and over. It's always the same themes that are recurring, and I would just say, it's to be persistent, right? Because if you're persistent, that also naturally means you're very patient too, because things just take time to happen. But if you're persistent, you keep making it happen, you keep slogging your head against the wall, eventually something's gonna happen. And the great thing about business, this comes from Mark Cuban, is that you only have to be right once. You're right once, you're a genius. You could be wrong 1,000 times, 2,000 times, whatever, however many thousand times. If you think about Thomas Edison, thousands and thousands of failures, right? I think it's actually close to 10,000 or so. I could be wrong, but Thomas Edison, that's a good example right there. A lot of scientists, they fail all the time, right? And people don't really talk about the failures. They talk about the successes, because the successes are the headlines. And they only talk about the really big failures out there, right? So you don't really hear the stuff in between. Oh, so-and-so is starting something up. So-and-so just failed here. Nobody really cares about that. And you really don't pay attention to the news too. So just put your head down, focus, eventually good things will happen. That's how I built the first podcast, the second podcast. That's how I saved this business. That's how I've saved other businesses before. You just kind of keep your nose against the grindstone and you make it happen. Most people, they don't have enough persistence because they can't take the pain. So that's all you gotta know. I mean, I can just keep going down, but you just gotta keep going, and you'll make it happen. Look, if I can do it, you can do it. I even wrote some long posts on Core about how anybody can do it. So if you enjoyed this video, keep watching Alex's videos, and see you later.
Eric's points on persistence are extremely true, even though it seems like we might have heard the same advice, millions of times. But this advice keeps coming back up in podcasts, in YouTube videos, from successful entrepreneurs, because it's true. Life is extremely long, and it really is just a couple decisions that'll set you up for financial stability and give you the confidence to do literally whatever you want after that. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions or comments on what you just saw, please leave it down below. Would love to hear your thoughts. Also, if you found value in this video, I would love if you would share it with a friend or two. We're trying to hit 100,000 subs this year, and every share counts. Also, Eric Sue's channel is down in the description, and if you need marketing support for your digital agency, check out experiment27.com. Thanks.